Which teams are the most underrated to watch at next year's World Cup? The guys made a list of their top 5. We're gonna go through debate, see who had the best, most underrated picks. You guys ready for this?
Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna start off with the 5th most underrated. Tom, your pick was Brazil. Raheem, your pick was Colombia.
We have a nice little combo battle right
We
there.
do.
Yeah.
All right. Raheem, let's go through yours first. You think Colombia is the 5th most underrated, 5th best underrated? Why is that?
Absolutely. I feel like Colombia always is traditionally a little bit underrated. They have some incredible footballers on their team this year. You got Luis Diaz, Lucho Diaz balling this season. The goal he scored for Bayern where, he went on the ground, slid in and hit it upper 90 was fantastic. As well as Colombia performed really well in qualifying. They were beating Argentina in matches and Argentina won it in 2022. I think this is the first time that we see Colombia with like a really nice defense, in my opinion. Like they have proper outside backs in Mojica and Arias, and they also have 2 good center backs as well. So we're gonna see what they can do this year, but I think they're a very good team to watch.
Tom, you picked Brazil. Why?
2 reasons. Well, number one, it's Carlo Ancelotti. Carlo Ancelotti is an absolutely brilliant tournament manager. The second reason, it's Brazil, man. They've already got the quality. I think you could probably make a compelling argument that they have the best midfield at the World Cup. Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton, throw Casemiro there, who even in unk mode is sick. Also, you've got Vinny Jr., Rafinha could have won the Ballon d'Or. You've got Rodrigo, even if Endrick, finds some form. Dude, the talent there is unbelievable. They've got a great manager. It wouldn't surprise me if they went on a run. And, wild card, Neymar return.
One thing I will say, though.
Neymar return.
One thing I will say about Brazil, when you're saying off these names, you would think of them as an elite squad, right? But I think it also just tells you kind of how much Brazil has, compared to traditionally have.
They had a bad run at qualifying because they appointed a series of bad coaches. Yeah. They got it wrong. They tried to appoint a bunch of mediocre Brazilians to be their coaches. They screwed up. Since Ancelotti's come in, he's won every game but one, and in that game he didn't win, he played a bunch of children. Away at Bolivia at 12,000 feet.
Hey,
man, he threw the kids in the
fire. Bro.
Yes.
I'm gonna give this one to Raheem though. I think that Colombia is a more enticing underdog. I think that, or not even underdog, just not a favorite. Brazil has just not been doing it for me recently. I think it's because when I think of Brazil, I think of
Corbin, when was the last time you watched Brazil?
Probably 2022.
All right. Okay, great. Awesome.
No, but when I think of Brazil, though, you think of the absolute biggest stars. Right now, I think the only biggest star they have is Vinny. I still think Rafinha's probably
Rafinha finished where in the Ballon d'Or?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Did he win it?
Finished second.
Answered my question right there.
They both finished second. They have 2 Ballon d'Or runner-ups on their team. So can you really consider them an underdog, though?
Maybe not. Raheem, I'll give you the point for that one. No, my explanation didn't make much sense, but that was just a
it
vibe
made
pick.
no sense.
All right, fourth best underrated team. Raheem, you picked Morocco. Tom, you picked South Korea. Tom, start us off. Why'd you pick South Korea?
South Korea are really good. They are really, really good. They're hardworking. They've got a real quality about them. And honestly, every time Heung-min Son puts a national team jersey on, he turns into prime Messi.
No,
you saw what he did against the US, right?
I did. I definitely saw what he did against the US.
That was a lot of fun, but he has a great track record in tournaments as well. The kind of stuff he did to, I believe it was Germany. He scored big goals against Brazil as well, if I might be wrong there, but whatever. But point being, they've got a star player and they've got a great structure around it, and that tends to be enough in tournament play.
I think for me, Morocco is obviously always one of the strongest teams coming out of Africa. You have a strong defensive line. Come on, Morocco, Hakimi. They made it to the semifinals of the World Cup in 2022. I think this team continue to be successful as well, especially going forward. They have some really attacking talents. They have some new guys who also, switched their eligibility, internationally. So I think Morocco
knows a lot about that.
So I think I do. We got a triple nat here. Jamaica, Canada, America. I know how to make a decision for sure.
I'm a dual nat.
Huh?
I'm a dual nat.
Hey,
I could represent the Welsh national team.
Ooh, I like that. That would be crazy.
Wow.
What I will say about Morocco, though, very strong team going forward. I really think that they could make a really big impact in the World Cup. The only thing I do worry about with Morocco, though, is that typically the team that tends to be the dark horse in the last World Cup doesn't traditionally perform as well in the next one. But we've seen Croatia do it, so we can see what's up with them.
Have you seen how he's just argued against his own point?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that Morocco's not a strong team. I'm just saying, like, sometimes the fate of the World Cup doesn't always go the way of a team that did well before.
I think both you guys make good arguments. I'm going to give it to Tom on this one, though.
Thank you.
The reason I'm going to give it to Tom is because it's hard for me to look at Morocco as a dark horse when they finished top 4 in the last World Cup.
Thank you.
And they're returning most, if not all, of that big talent that helped bring them there.
Thank you.
If you're liking the video so far, make sure that you like and comment and subscribe and let us know who you think is the most underrated team for the World Cup next year. The third best underrated team you guys put for top 3. Raheem, you got Ecuador. Tom, you put Norway. Raheem, tell us why Ecuador is your pick.
Okay, let me tell you about this little team from Ecuador, man. Moises Caicedo holding it down in the CDM, as well as Kendry Paez, one of the best upcoming talents who's currently on loan from Chelsea at Strasbourg, as well as Willian Pacho, one of the best center backs in the world right now, carrying it for PSG, holding it down alongside Marquinhos. Ecuador was surprising a lot of teams in the CONMEBOL World Cup qualifiers, giving teams a lot of, just a lot of tough times, man. They also gave the U.S. men's national team a difficult game when they tied 1-1. Ener Valencia scored that game. So you can see Ecuador as well. They're able to be flexible. They're able to be competing from teams from different, conferences and divisions. And what I'm most looking forward to this Ecuador team is their counter-attacking style. In the World Cup, if you're able to attack at pace and you're able to attack teams early, you're able to get some goals on board. And you already know Ener Valencia always appears in a World Cup no matter what.
Yeah, he's there. Tom.
See, I don't mind that argument, but at the same time, you're really going to put, the fate of your country on the shoulders of an 18-year-old who's on loan at Strasbourg. Miss me with the Kendry Paez argument, bro.
What do you mean? William Pacho holding it in the back, man.
Okay, congratulations. You have a centre-back and a centre midfielder. Wow, you're the first team to ever do that.
I mean, not even that. Oh, not even just saying a world-class CDM and world-class centre-back. Let's not get that wrong.
Pacho, who has to do no defending every year.
What do you mean? CL winner? Come
Champions League winner. All right. You said Norway, Tom. Let's hear it.
Let's see what Norway got.
I said Norway because this is.
I don't even know their defensive back line. Who they got?
It doesn't matter. They've
Some
got,
fishermen?
Probably.
It doesn't matter. They've got
Probably.
Martin Odegaard as a 10 and Erling Haaland as a striker. How does that not make you competitive against pretty much every team you play? They have absolutely battered Italy in qualifying.
Italy sucks.
Yeah, well, you only play what's put in front of you.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Argentina get to have the privilege of battering Venezuela at the Monumental or the Bombonera every year. So yeah, shut up. Right, but point is, Erling Haaland scoring for fun. Martin Odegaard's arguably the best number 10 in the world.
Arguably, he's been hurt a lot of the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Injury-prone FC over here.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's just account for injury in every argument. All I'm saying is that this is Norway's golden generation. They've got an unbelievable wealth of attacking talent. And, dude, if you've got Haaland, you've got a chance in every single game you play. It doesn't matter who you play against.
Another reason why I do kind of like that Norway squad is Antonio Nusa, which you forgot about. But one thing that I do dislike about that Norwegian squad, nobody's talking about the defense.
Yeah. All right. Here's my
Bunch
pick.
of fishermen.
I'm gonna give my pick to Raheem on that one.
Sure.
And Tom, you made a good argument, and it is true that if you have Haaland, you can score in any game. He is fantastic. I do love that guy. The reason that I really like the Ecuador pick is that I think that the perfect national team squad has a mix of young talent that are really hungry, really want to get it, and uncles who have been around, have been there.
Like Ener
Valencia. You are going to be successful in the World Cup if you have a really strong defense, you got young guys that are really hungry, and you got an old guy who's been there before to be there in camp. Cool, I don't know if Norway has that at the level that Ecuador does with Ener Valencia, so Raheem, I like that pick.
Who does Ener Valencia play for right now?
I don't know, but
Shut the fuck up, then.
This is what I'm saying, though. He has been around and been relevant for 10 years.
And I will say this about Ecuador. They have Piero Hincapié and William Pacho holding it in the back.
I've got to say, by the way, is that Hincapié has the best slander name I've ever heard.
What is it?
Incapable.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, Tom, if Norway goes farther than Ecuador, we'll use that.
We'll use that.
And the Canate one was Conate.
Conate.
All right. Your second best underrated team for the World Cup. Raheem, you picked the U.S. men's national team. And Tom, you picked Canada.
Wow. This is going to be a good debate right here. Okay.
Tom, I want to hear why you picked Canada first.
Yeah.
Nothing suits Jesse Marsh more than a revenge tour. That man is so angry. He wants to beat the living out of the rest of the world, and it just so happens that he is a great manager as well. So the wealth of talent that Canada have all over the pitch, right? It's Alphonso Davies, singular star, one of the best left backs in the world, one of the best players in the world. But what I love about this Canada team is they're good at every position.
U.S. men's national team, man, I think they've been coming into form very, very well. We saw in the last friendly Balogun's looking like the number 9 that we finally need. And honestly, for the U.S. men's national team, that's really what they needed. They needed a number 9. We've also been figuring out our back line as well. You know, with Tim Ream coming in and being solid, and we have backups in Mark McKenzie, as well as Chris Richards becoming one of the best center backs in the Premier League right now. Tyler Adams holding it down, who's quietly been one of the best CDMs in the Premier League as well. And Christian Pulisic, when he's on form, he's very, very hard to stop. The one thing that I will say about Canada that I think that will stop them is themselves. We always still got to remember, Canada has notoriously always been remembered for imploding, especially Jesse Marsh. For some reason, whenever he's on the sidelines and he gets engaged and he gets energized, it goes to the players, but not always in the right way. And I think that could affect Canada at the next level, especially when you're playing in a World Cup. You can't get overwhelmed. And I saw them in 2022 when they played against Croatia, when they played against these big teams, they did get overwhelmed. And it's hard to transfer those results that you play in CONCACAF to the big teams in the world. And I just think the U.S. men's national team are more likely to beat a big team in the World Cup compared to what Canada could do.
That's probably the best debate that we've had so far, man. All right, if we're going just based on the arguments that you made.
Come on, Corbin. Whisper sweet nothings.
I'm going to give it to Tom on this one, man. I'm going to give it to Tom. I'm going to give it to Tom because they do have some world-class players. They do have some great players. Not world-class, but great players at every position.
Decent.
I do like Jesse Marsh as a manager, and I agree with you, Raheem, that, you know, we've seen them in the past maybe not be as focused as we need them to be. But in the World Cup, it's not just on the manager. The players have to show up, and they have shown up to the level of their talent and their ability in all the last major tournaments. Copa America, they gave Argentina a great game. They gave Argentina a great game.
That's what I'm talking about, though. What was the final score of that game? 3-0. Canada couldn't touch the ball.
So it's Argentina, though. It's the best team in the world.
Of course. I understand. But that's what I'm saying. At the World Cup, you're going to get to those teams, and what happens?
Your first best underrated. Tom picked Argentina. What? Nah, I'm just kidding. All right, first best underrated. Raheem, you picked Japan. Tom picked the U.S. men's national team.
Ooh,
Raheem, tell us why you picked Japan.
I picked Japan solely because this is a team that's always prepared for a major tournament. 2002 World Cup, Japan went far as well. Now this World Cup as well. Think about it. Japan has some amazing players that also did well in their qualifiers as well in the Asian Cup. They also have Zion Suzuki, who's an American-Japanese goalkeeper who's performing very well in the Serie A this past year. Japan did play the U.S. men's national team in a friendly, but we also got to remember this was Japan's B team. They didn't start Endo. They didn't start Tomiyasu. They didn't start any of their bigger major players. Japan, on paper, when they have their starting 11, when they play in a tournament, you already know they upset Germany in the 2022 World Cup. You know Japan, every World Cup, they're going to upset somebody, whether they're going to be in that second place team that's going to be giving some issues or that first place team in the group. You could never count out Japan.
First of all, Wataru Endo. What am I supposed to do?
Endo.
The best player in the world.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? No, look, the U.S. men's national team, home field advantage at World Cups is so important. We have seen it throughout the years. Home nations tend to overperform. And this is the U.S. men's national team.
Soccer. It's called soccer.
It's called soccer. The point is with these guys is that there is a level of fight and a level of quality that we haven't seen in some time. Mauricio Pochettino has proved that he can really establish a culture with the team. And once he has a full squad, I don't know, like, there is a bit of like magic dust about home World Cups. And if Gio Reyna continues to find form, him and Pulisic as an attacking duo behind Balogun could be nasty. You'd back Tyler. I'm just stealing his arguments from the last one. But the point is that the US have a really strong spine, a very, very good manager, and a bit of the home field thing that could take you over the edge.
Tom, Corbin? I like your argument about the national team.
Corbin?
And I like your argument about home field.
Where are you from? Where are you from? Corbin,
Stop.
where are you from?
Stop. You're not going to neg me.
He's from New Jersey.
Hold up.
You're not going to neg me.
Let him speak.
You're not going to neg me into picking this time.
I am.
Tom, I like your arguments about the national team. I like your argument about the magic of the World Cup. I do think that we're going to see interest and passion in soccer in this country like we have never seen before. It doesn't show up in the friendlies or the qualifiers because nobody gives a shit. But as soon as the World Cup starts, everybody's going to care.
Bandwagon.
I remember, yeah, and that's what it's all about. Because I remember in 2022 going to watch 2 of the U.S. group stage games and 1 of the knockout games at a bar. And you could not get into a bar in Hoboken, New Jersey, because they were all full an hour and a half before kickoff. That will be very special, and it definitely will count. Raheem, I like your argument a lot. Japan is organized, they know what they're about, they come to play, and they do have some big stars. But if we're talking team with the highest ceiling, with the most talent, with the best chance at getting that World Cup magic, I I got to give it to Tom.
Let's go!
I do it.
I got to give it to Tom on this
edit
one.
with the, I don't know, the Eagles and
If we're talking about a team that's most likely to pull off a one-off crazy upset, I think I got to give it to Japan. But if we're talking a team that has the breadth and depth of talent to go far with the addition of like the home support, I think I got to give it to the U.S.
I have never been more proud of passing my citizenship test.
If you guys like the video, make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below who you think the best underrated team for next year's World Cup is.